Hello everybody, it's Julia from the Highly Sensitive Tarot. I hope everybody's well. Hope everybody's having a good day, whatever you're doing. So I'm back today, as you'll see from the title, with a VR. This is to Amy at Intuitive Whispers, and I think last week she did a tag called Indie Decks I Love. And I thought I'd really like to have a go at this actually. My indie deck collection has been growing. I think I've got just over 200 tarot decks or tarot and oracle decks in total, and maybe 35 of those are indie decks now. I only started collecting decks really about 4 years ago. Before that I just had half a dozen decks really. For 20 odd years I only had one deck, but for a long time I only had a handful. And then when I discovered TarotTube I started to collect, and obviously there were an awful lot of mass market decks to catch up on. And as you know, you can buy a mass market deck for £25, whereas a lot of the indie decks, especially from America for me, might cost me closer to £80 or £90 to have shipped over. I have to be really sure about an indie deck, especially to buy one from another country. So, but anyway, my collection is growing. So out of that 35 decks that I've looked through, and that's tarot and oracle, I've found 14 that I would say are my absolute favourites out of the lot. So I'm going to show you those today. I'm going to try not to take too long because that is quite a lot of decks. And I'm going to put a timestamp in for each deck if I remember, and then that way you can go to the deck that you want to look at. So without further ado, whoops, I've got a pile here. So the first deck I want to show you is the Medieval Europe Tarot, and I think I saw this on Mad Witch's channel, if I remember rightly, a long time ago, and was desperate for it. And I've managed to find a copy of it on eBay for not too bad a price actually. It's a very big chunky deck. Has a beautiful little leather sort of suede guidebook. It's really nice, really pretty. I haven't read with it as yet because I think I'm slightly intimidated by it, but I do like to sit and look at it. It's let's put that down. And get that even closer actually. The images in the cards are hilarious, some of them. So yeah, I think when I started off sort of collecting decks, I never thought that I would like these medieval type decks, but I really do. I love the colour palette. I love that they're always so rich and sort of dual coloured, and the images are strange, aren't they? You know, everything obviously means something. I like all of the cryptids that you'll see in these cards. Just all of the strangeness of it. I think actually, now I'm looking at this, I think I probably could read with it. I watched, is it Nigel St. James, a tarot reader? I watched him read with it a while ago, and he was brilliant, actually. In this deck as well, you actually get all of the planets as well. So, well, you get a lot of cards. We've got Zodiac, Merkur, the Protection, and then we're back to the tarot cards again. So yeah, you get a lot of extra cards. But aren't they beautiful? Look at the Hermit there, look. He's got his snake, a crow, a goat. He's got everything, his beads, a lantern. Look at the devil, look. Such an interesting thing about dragons around the world, isn't it? You know, when you look at different cultures and they all seem to have dragons. Look at the wheel. This is not a wheel that you would want to be on, is it? It looks pretty awful. So yeah, that is the medieval Europe tarot, which, oh dear, see, the 8, that's the, I was going to say that was the 9 of swords quickly, but that's the 8 of swords. That's pretty awful. Oh dear. They are really quite awful, aren't they? Blimey. I haven't looked at this deck in a little while. I'd forgotten how graphic some of the images are in it. Okay, so the second deck is the Serpent and Peacock, and this is the art version. Let's put this back up again briefly. I chose this one just again really because of the depth of colour in the cards. Everything about this production is lovely, to be honest, except for the velvet inside of the box that I can't get all the cards out of. Oh dear, come on, come out, come out. Oh, honestly, sorry. Okay, so I had deck number 542 of 750, and again, these are beautiful cards, not quite as chunky as the other deck, but gilded really nicely. Got a lovely guidebook, just beautiful backs, and again, just fascinating cards, really. I have read for myself with this deck, but I'm really not sure if I feel confident enough to read for anybody else with it, just because there's so much to look at when you look at these cards. There's so much detail on them, so many things that are kind of, I suppose, not familiar. But yeah, it is beautiful, isn't it? Look at all the lovely colours, the greens and blues. Just beautiful. I don't think I've got my overhead light on. I may have to get up and put that on. It's such a gloomy day here in the UK. Look at the fool, look, a little bird. I mean, you know, you can see in these cards that they follow kind of Rider-Waite-Smith themes. But like I said, there's just so much to look at in these cards that I think if I was going to read for somebody else, I'd just be totally distracted by a lot of the imagery. Oh, the Ace of Wands, that's really nice. The Eight of Swords. This one's not quite as bloodthirsty as the medieval Europe deck, but just as strange. It really does make you wonder where some of these things come from. I mean, did they have creatures like this in medieval times? All these cryptids? They're just, I just think it's fascinating, to be honest. And the moon. Yeah, so it's a beautiful, look at that, look. The Eight of Wands, how gorgeous. It's a beautiful deck. It makes me laugh, actually. So does the medieval Europe deck. I think that's partly why I like them. They make me laugh. I mean, look at this one. There's one going in and one coming out. So yeah, that is the Serpent and Peacock Tarot edition. Not Tarot edition, Art edition. Okay, so the next decks, and I've put these two together because they're both Bouchette Design decks. This is a little tarot deck and this is a little Lenormand deck. And I love both of them, actually. I've been trying to learn Lenormand for ages, but these are really nice. You get these little reference cards in with them, which are really helpful, actually. So let's show you those. And then this really nice little, this is called the Arenda Tarot, this one, by Bouchette Design. This one came edged in this really pretty pink. And you can see they're very much by the same publisher or the same creator. They're very, very pretty cards. Lots of flowers, lots of animals, lots of really nice little scenes to look at. I like these a lot. So this one's the Lenormand and this one is the Tarot, obviously. Look at that for the Hermit. Isn't that nice? I really like these. I do read for myself a fair bit with this Arenda. And like I said, I've been trying to learn Lenormand, but I mean, I'm doing okay by myself, you know, for myself. But oh, look at those! Look, aren't they nice? But I don't know that I would feel confident enough to read for anybody else, or certainly not somebody I didn't know well. Anyway. These are really beautiful, aren't they? The lovely colours, lovely greens. Really, really pretty, delicate sort of cards. Very, very different. Oh, look at those together. Don't they go well? Clouds and the Chariot. How gorgeous is that? You could probably use this as an oracle to go with this deck, I think, couldn't you? This is a far cry from the medieval Europe tarot, isn't it? I mean, these are quite whimsical, I suppose, is the word, isn't it? They're very cute and quite whimsical. Oh, look at that, look. Beautiful. So, yeah, these are Bouchette Design. And I know there's another deck of there's a Meraki, something like that I've had my eye on for a while. Oh, the dog and the Six of Wands. So yeah, aren't they pretty? These are lovely. These Bouchette Design cards as well just have the most beautiful backs. I thought I'd just show you those. They're really nice. So the next deck is the Shimmering Veil Tarot. And this has only very, very recently come into my collection. I have not read with it at all as yet. It's by Scylla Conway. It's got a really, really nice little guidebook here. It's actually really interesting. You get a little small picture of each one and then quite a lot of information, actually. Now, I am intimidated by this deck, I have to say. Look at that, look. Isn't that beautiful? Quite iridescent, isn't it? Pretty backs. This is very, very abstract, isn't it? Come on, George. Come on, Levy. Thank you. You can see this is probably still all in order. I have looked through it, but I've done nothing more than that with it. Some of the images are quite hard to look at. I mean, the devil card there is just yuck, isn't it? You can feel the energy, the muckiness of that. It's bleh. think this is a deck that I really need to spend some time with. Just, you know, for myself, maybe like a month of pulling a couple of cards every day and reading the book and really trying to absorb this deck. I mean, the artwork is just brilliant. Such a talented lady. It's really nice, isn't it? So yeah, I'm sure it's not as intimidating as I feel that it is. It's just something, I suppose, quite different from what I would normally use. Wow, look at that. It's very elemental, isn't it? That's the feeling I'm getting from it. There's a lot of elemental energy sort of whipped up in these cards. Like I said, I think I just need to spend some time with it, but it's an amazing deck. Okay, so the next deck is the lovely Tarot, and this is by Darshani Suku. It's beautiful. Look at this, look. You get it in this lovely box with this beautiful purple velvet bag, which I don't keep mine in, to be honest. I'm not really a bag person, but this is lovely. It's all lined in this lovely gold. I find if I put decks in bags, I forget about them. It's like if I can't see them, I forget about them. Got this really nice book, which you get a lot of information in. Some spreads. Yeah, really nice. So this is a deck that is based on Hindu mythology in large part, although there are gods and goddesses and deities from all sorts of cultures and religions and practices in here as well. That's the backs of the cards. There's a lot of chakra type energy in these cards as well. They are beautiful. Yeah, look at that, look. They're very slidey, actually. But very, very pretty. The Queen of Wands is lovely. Really nice colour palette. Lots of sort of blues and purples. And the guidebook explains who all of these characters are in the court cards and the majors. Look at that, look. Isn't that lovely? Six of Cups. The Three of Cups. Princess of Cups. Princess of Wands. Wow. The Hermit. We've got the Lovers, the Empress. They're just gorgeous, aren't they? Prince of Discs, the Aeon instead of Judgment, the Hanged Man. He's not actually upside down for a change. Aren't they pretty? I think there's all sorts of things here. I mean, we've got little flower fairies, snow queens, gypsies, all sorts of creatures, flowers, deities, gods, goddesses. It's really nice. I have read for myself with this, but again, not read for anybody else so far. There's a lot of detail on the cards, so I could see myself getting distracted and taking a long time to read if I was reading for somebody else. So that is the lovely Tarot. Okay, so we've got 8 decks to go. The next one is the Cat Aura Tarot, and this is by Malamar R. Logan, and the art by E.C. Mazur. I think this recently won an award in some tarot thing because I voted for it. It's a beautiful deck. Everything about this is lovely. The box is lovely. It's a cute little guidebook. And the cards are just, oh, look, there's my cat there. Look, it's George. Stripey George. The backs of the cards, look at those, look. It's gorgeous. Beautiful edging. Iridescent, just lovely. I've read for myself lots of times with this deck. I've used it in lots of sort of VR type videos, I think, as well. The colours are just beautiful. It's a tad dark in places. I don't mean the energy, I just mean the colour palette is a tad dark. If you don't have good light, you wouldn't see the details of the cards. But it's very, very cute. Look at that, look for the wheel. I've got quite a few cat decks. I think I've got about 10 cat decks. I love this. This is my only indie one, actually. It's so playful and pretty. There's all these little sparkles everywhere in each one of them. All the cats have got like, well, they've got their aura around them, I suppose, haven't they? This is the Cat Aura Tarot, so they've all got like sparkly energy around them. So yeah, this is the Cat Aura. Oh, look at that for the Fool. That's lovely. Oh, 3 of Cups. Page of Wands. The Tower. Oh. So, so pretty. Four of Cups. Oh, that one's beautiful, isn't it? The Four of Wands. So yeah, that's a lovely deck. And the cards are lovely as well. Actually, they feel really nice in your hands. So beautiful, beautiful Cat Aura Tarot. So the next deck is the Jules and Frost deck. RWS Monday. This is by the lovely Nova at Nova Monday Tarot. She's done lots and lots of her own sort of versions of Rider-Waite-Smith decks. Toth, I must say Toth, not Thoth. Toth, Marseille. You know, she's recolorized and a lot of cards, and I chose this one. There's another version of this as well, that's a different sort of colour palette. This includes lots of tarot spreads, which is really nice. This, you can buy this on makeplayingcards.com, and this has got tarot spreads in it by lots of our lovely tarot people on Tarot Tubes. This is Tammy Pie. Rose Bay, is that how you pronounce that? Honey Lou Wilson. So yeah, that's a really nice little touch with this deck as well. And the cards, I'm going to use this actually. I probably towards December I'm going to use it with the Seasons of the Witch tarot, and it just, to me, it's got a winter feel about it. I mean, it is called Jules and Frost, and I shall probably use it on the paler side of things. But I really like the colour palette. I think it's so cleverly done. I really, really like it. So as you can see, we've got like the devil with the pink and then the washed out paler colour. So it really, really wouldn't matter, I don't think, which side these came out. Just what's your preference? I quite like the paler colours, I think. But yeah, it's really, really nice deck. I would for sure buy more of Nova's decks, but I'm not really a Thoth reader, and I also haven't sort of moved into Marseille decks either as yet. I'm very much a Rider-Waite-Smith girl. Look how beautiful that is. Be hard pushed to pick a side, wouldn't you, there for the lovers? The High Priestess. So yeah, as I said, beautiful colour palette. Really, really nice. Really, obviously an easy reader as it is a Rider-Waite-Smith clone. Let's turn them over as well so you can see. I think this would work as like, you know, if you were doing a reading with a different sort of deck, you know, say for instance the Cat Aura Tarot, for instance, that I just showed you. I think you could use this deck really nicely as like a clarifier. I like that it's a small size deck as well, that it fits nicely in your hand. These are linen, these cards, and they are beautiful, the feel of them. So yeah, so that is Nova Monday's Jules and Frost deck. Okay, so the next deck is in this beautiful tin, which I bought specifically for it actually, because it works with the backs of these cards. And this is the Occultist Tarot. This lady has got a channel on YouTube, and she's created these other decks here as well. I bought this a couple of years ago from makeplayingcards.com. Just comes in a little white tub box. But yeah, I bought the tin to go with the cards because I thought it matched. But these are beautiful cards as well. I should get round to edging them really. They'd go with a nice purple or sort of red, wouldn't they? These are lovely linen cards, very slidey. And the reason why I like these so much is these are all from old paintings. Lots of pre-Raphaelite type paintings. And this is actually a really easy reader, surprisingly. And look at that, look, that's beautiful. She's done a really good job, actually, in choosing the images for these cards. Is that the Lady of Shalott? I can't remember. I remember reading about her. It's such a tragic story, isn't it? Because she'd been in a tower and she could only see the outside world through the reflection in a mirror, I think. And then she spies this man, and in this desperate bid to meet him, she leaves her castle, and that condemns her to die, I think. And these are probably her last moments in this boat. You can see her candles are burning down. So she's moving away from something, but not into anything good, really, there. It's probably George and the Dragon, isn't it? This is Circe. Yeah. So I really, really like this. I love this kind of artwork. if I had a big house, my walls would be full of all this sort of dreamy, romantic nights and gorgeous maidens. I think that's Joan of Arc, that one, isn't it? Not all so nice to look at. I mean, this is really very sad as a card, isn't it? The Five of Cups. But yeah, as you can see, very, very beautiful cards, and really, really well chosen, actually. These are some of my absolute favourite paintings. I mean, look, who doesn't like that one? I think there's two magicians, isn't there? We saw another one as well. A lot of these come from old myths, don't they? Flaming June, beautiful painting. I have that above my bed, actually. I always wish that the painting was written somewhere on the back of the card, or just somewhere, because there's no guidebook that comes with this. I don't know whether there was a PDF one that you could download. There maybe was, but I don't think I ever did. But I love this deck, I really do. Right, so we have 5 more decks to go, so I'm getting through them not too badly, am I? So this is another very new deck. This came for my birthday in September. This is the Afterlight edition of the Foragers Daughter Tarot by Jessica Lee Howard, and I've been after this deck for quite a long time. So I was just so pleased to get it. Everything about it is beautiful. Look at the edges of the box there. It has an absolutely gorgeous guidebook. I mean, look how lovely this is. So nice. Really helpful as well. Really well written, well produced. Just lovely. I'm saving this. As much as I don't want to, I'm saving it for sort of springtime, I think. I don't think it's an autumn winter deck. Again, it's in a beautiful box, but these velvet bits, I find that the cards get stuck in them. The same as with my Serpent and Peacock. And this is lovely. Look at this, look. Lovely linen cards. Feel really nice in your hand. I think there might be some extra cards with this. I'm not entirely sure. Like I said, I'm saving it. So we've got Stillness there. So yeah, we've got extra cards, haven't we? That's card number 24. Aren't they beautiful? Just so lovely. I've been watching Cara read with this. She's been doing like daily readings with this, and I've been watching her sometimes. She's been reading, it reads really well. Cara's been reading really well with it. So I'm really looking forward to spending some time with this. I think this will be a study type deck. I'll want to look at the book and pull cards every day and really get to know it. I love all the birds and the animals and the flowers and the bees, and I mean there's just all sorts of gorgeous creatures in this deck. So yeah, look at that for the moon. Look, a koi carp. The Wheel of Fortune. That's beautiful. Look, that really is lovely. High Priestess, very nice. Ancestor, card 23. The Devil. I think it's going to read really well, actually. I don't see anything here that's going to be too difficult, I don't think. Look at the magpie. Bees for the Eight of Pentacles. That's clever, isn't it? So yeah, that is the Foragers Daughter, the Afterlife edition, Afterlight edition, I should say. Yeah, Afterlight. It came with a beautiful bag, and you get a lovely little coin with it. It's just really beautiful. I'm so pleased with it. So we have 4 decks left. We've got 2 more tarot and then 2 oracle. I only chose 2 oracles, actually. Most of my oracles are mass market. So this is the Pensive Path Tarot by Reese Marin. She has a YouTube channel you can check out. I think she did on her channel, she did a video for each card, just explaining her motivation for choosing the card. There are 5 bonus double-sided cards in this with explanations of the numerology and the tarot and things. I think I've taken them out. I don't think they're here. I edged mine in this sort of bronzy colour. I think these cards were created around the time of COVID, and I'm sure I remember Reese saying that that's why they're the Pensive Path, because it was such a sad and sort of difficult time, and that sort of heavy energy, and I think it does reflect in these cards, actually. But I think some of the card choices here are just absolutely genius. There are some of my most favourite cards ever in this deck. They're very, I mean, look at the Ace of Swords there. I love the reluctant fool there. She's like a bored fool, isn't she? It's like, no, I'm not going over the cliff, no. And the poor shell-shocked soldier there, look, you can see his eyes are just glazed over in the Nine of Wands. There are some quite difficult cards to look at in this deck, but also some very beautiful ones. Look at that, look, the Page of Pentacles. A beautiful Nine of Pentacles. There are a couple of clown images in this deck which I wish weren't here. I'm not a big fan of clowns. This, for strength, I think is genius. I mean, that is real loyalty and strength, and that dog is digging deep, isn't he? He's like waiting until he's told he can eat the sausages. 4 of Wands. Yeah, there's another clown. Look, I'm not a big fan of clowns. They're probably the only cards in the deck that I wish weren't there, but hey-ho. The Moon, that's beautiful, isn't it? We can really see the struggles in the Nine of Swords there. Let's pull this up just a little bit. So yeah, Judgment, that's a really clever card. The Two of Cups, that's a nice interpretation, isn't it? It's quite sweet, like a father and son. There was a spare card, so I just wrote yes and no on that. And that does pop out sometimes. I really like this, the Two of Wands. He's like, well, shall I, shan't I? Do I want to go out? What's the weather like? He's got himself all prepared for all eventualities, hasn't he? The Five of Swords, that's very interesting, isn't it? Of like, what's going on there? The Lovers, that's very sweet. Page of Cups is sweet. Love the King of Cups there. The Ten of Swords. This one every time, I'm just like, did he walk there and collapse? Did someone run him over? I mean, what happened? What happened? Is he dead? Is he going to get up and carry on? He could have just been drunk, couldn't he, and fallen over. Just because there's carriage tracks next to him doesn't mean to say he was run over. I think there's just like whole stories you can come up with looking at these, like this one, the Four of Cups. Look at her face. She looks like she's about to throw something at somebody. She's not happy, is she? Bless her. She reminds me also of Elle from Stranger Things. So yeah, Justice, look, she's about to cave his head in there. What did he do to deserve that in her eyes? I think that might be Nero, mightn't it? Knight of Pentacles. Do you see what I mean? Well, that's possibly Nero, isn't it? I think that's who that is. The Eight of Cups. They're gone. Just gone. So yeah, I just, oh, it's another clown, look. I just can't recommend this deck enough. The Empress there, look, bless her. She's too young for such responsibility, isn't she? The Wheel. There's just so much to like about this deck. There really is. That's one of the hardest cards for me to look at in the entire deck. I think the Knight of Swords, just all those pointy, sharp swords there. You just know that most of those people and those horses will be killed in that battle. It's just horrible. That's also another difficult card to look at, the Three of Swords. You know, the cruelty to this little bird here. Does this child know what it's doing? It's sort of clutching the bird too hard, isn't it? The High Priestess, look at her. Yeah, so sorry, I'm showing you all of this deck, aren't I? Which I haven't done with the others. That's a cool card. But I absolutely love it. I really do. It's one of my absolute favourite decks. Okay, 3 decks left. We're at 42 minutes, aren't we? So the next one is the Three Trees Tarot, which is the Oak, Ash and Thorn, which I had to include because it's just so beautiful. I don't have any other of their decks. But oh, look at this. Look, the lovely whiteness of this deck. I really, really like it. I love the animals. I love that it's warm. This is a really autumnal deck, I think, isn't it? This is lovely for fall energy. And I've worked with this deck a lot in the past. I think I've recorded quite a few videos looking at this deck in the past. It's just so gentle and so sweet. It really is. I don't think there's anything to dislike about this deck. All the gorgeous rabbits and birds. It's just beautiful, isn't it? So you're probably all quite familiar with this deck, so I won't take too long with it. I wasn't particularly attracted to the dragons, the Smoke, Ash and Embers, I think deck is it. But I love this one. I really do. Beautiful. Oak, Ash and Thorn. So the next one, we've got 2 left, 2 oracles actually. This is the Green Wheel Oracle and this is by Danielle Barlow. I love Danielle Barlow's artwork. I've got a couple of her prints framed in my kitchen. I've got some of her postcard sets that I use for my altar. And if I'm honest, I don't really use these properly as oracle cards, I suppose. I use them more for my altar. There's a lot of moon cards in this deck. And at the time when I bought her postcard sets, this wasn't in print. So if it had been in print, I would have only bought this because this has all of the moon cards in it, plus animals and sort of Sabbath type cards, Wheel of the Year type cards. But I use them all on my altar, to be honest, throughout the year. That's what I use them for mainly. They're beautiful. Look at the backs, look. They're sort of postcard size, really. So they're nice size cards. I did think I might frame some of my my postcard ones that are, you know, duplicates of these. I might actually frame some and put them on the wall because they are just beautiful. I've bought these from Etsy. You can find all of Danielle's artwork on Etsy. Look at these, look. We're now coming up to a beaver moon, I think, aren't we? It's like, I'm recording this on a Tuesday morning, but I don't think I'll get round to uploading it and publishing it till a bit later in the week. And I think the beaver moon is Wednesday, the 5th of November. Because the moon's been so bright, hasn't it? So yeah, oh, look at the robin, look. I may have to put him on my altar. So yeah, this is an absolutely beautiful deck. The little guidebook's quite nice as well. It's just, but it's Danielle's artwork, isn't it? It's just lovely. And then the very last deck, sorry about that, the very last deck here is the Folktails Oracle, and this is by Hannah Willow. I love these sort of cardboardy boxes that they're putting these oracle decks in. I think that's really nice. This is a very similar sort of setup to the the Green Wheel Oracle that I just showed you by Danielle Barlow. We've got one of these bags in this sort of cardboardy box and a nice guidebook. This one has got full colour pictures of everything in it. It's a really nice oracle deck. And again, I don't use this. You get a lovely little... So yeah, this was 2024. I don't use this deck, again, too much as an actual oracle deck. Although you very much could. But I just like these images on my altar, to be honest. Look at that, look, the bee's journey. Oh, they're beautiful cards, such lovely artwork. They're so gentle and peaceful, and look at that, look, contentment. These would be lovely, wouldn't they? I don't know, I expect Hannah does this as well as Danielle, but they'd be lovely to buy as like greeting cards, wouldn't they, to send to people. They are beautiful. These are my favourite two oracle decks out of all of my oracle decks, actually. But it's for the artwork, not necessarily for the words in the guidebook. You know, I have plenty of other oracle decks if I wanted, you know, to learn something or read something. These are to look at. So yeah, they are beautiful, aren't they? So there we go. I hope that you enjoyed having a look at my most gorgeous indie decks. This is a really nice tag if you fancy having a go. So yeah, do say hello in the comments. I love to hear from everybody. Let me know if you've got any of these decks. I'm sending you all my love, and I will see you all again soon. Thank you.